Hey everybody, it is update time. It is January the 10th and I just wanted to give you an update and let you know what's going on with me. So we have done the second round of Letrozole and this second round has gone much smoother. It has not been as stressful, which I'm so thankful for, and I know my husband is too. I'm going to insert right after this the progesterone few days that I did because once my period started I had to do the progesterone test again, and so I'm going to insert that right here. Good morning. Today is Monday, December 28th, and it is progesterone blood test day. I just got out of the doctor's office from having my blood drawn, and I should have the results tomorrow morning because it usually takes a day for me to get them. But fingers crossed that my levels are up where they should be. If they are not, then my doctor wants to up my dosage of the progesterone. We had a wonderful Christmas and New Year's is this week. It's so crazy to think that 2020 is almost over. I mean, thank God. But it's crazy to think that it's almost over. I know for some people it's gone by super slow. For me and my husband, we feel like it's gone by super fast. But that's what we're waiting on, is the results from the progesterone, and I guess we'll just go from there. So we'll give you guys an update then. So after the progesterone, the progesterone results, I was over the moon. I was ecstatic. As you saw, I was shocked. My levels were up super high and they were where they were supposed to be. So that made me extremely happy. So in my mind, I was thinking after the progesterone test results that I was either ovulating that day that I had the test done, or I was going to ovulate in the next couple of days. So that was really great, and so I was very hopeful. And so I had done the math, and my plan was to take a pregnancy test this coming Wednesday, which is January 13th, which would actually be 4 years since me and my husband met, or since our first date. And so that made me really excited. And I was logging all of my symptoms that I was having, and I was having symptoms that weren't my normal pre-period symptoms, and so I wrote those down, so I thought I would share those with you guys. I had a lot of trouble going to sleep this past week, and I don't know why. I had a lot of trouble going to sleep, and normally I have a little bit of trouble, but if I like listen to music or watch some videos or whatever, then I get sleepy, or if I read on my phone, then I will get sleepy, and it's easier for me to go to sleep. But this past week I did not go to sleep until after 12 or 1 most nights, so that was really weird and awkward for me. I was also having a lot of crazy dreams. They were different. It wasn't like, okay, this is a dream. It was, I'm experiencing it. So I guess that's a vivid dream, whatever. A couple of days I had a slight headache, and normally when I'm getting my period or have my period, I don't get it before, I have it during it. So the days that I have it, that's when I have headaches. I never have them before, so that was different. And then there were a couple of days that I had nausea at weird times during the day. I know a couple of days it was probably because I didn't eat very well or whatever, but all of my symptoms were different than my normal period symptoms. And so I was like, yes, we've done it. It has happened. There's baby. And so On Wednesday and Thursday of this past week, I also was very, very, very irritable. And when I say irritable, I mean I was ready to throw punches at anybody at any point in time if they said anything. And so I really didn't talk to anybody Wednesday or Thursday. I kind of kept to myself, and it was not, there was no reason for it. There was no rhyme or reason, and I still don't know why. It just that's just how I was feeling. And so I stayed in my little hole and at work, and I didn't talk to anybody. I'm not a person who likes to be mad. I don't like to be upset. I don't like to be irritable. I don't like to be in a grumpy mood. That's just my personality. I don't like to be like that. And so when I am, if there's a reason, I can kind of like talk myself out of it. I can calm myself down. But I couldn't on Wednesday and Thursday because I didn't know what the reason was. I felt it and it was there. So it kind of scared me a little bit. So when I got home, I just cried, and I told him I didn't feel like, I didn't like feeling the way that I was feeling. I didn't want to feel the way that I was feeling because I didn't like it. So he held me. We talked about it for a while. And I just cried for, I don't know, probably a good 15-20 minutes. And then he was like, do you want me to go get dinner? And I was like, yeah, that'd be great. So he said, do you want Taco Bell? Which that's kind of like our thing. And I said, yeah, sure, let's go do that. And then he said, well, what if I want campai, which is where they cook at the table, and it's awesome. So we decided to go there. We went there. It was great. I had a great dinner. Then we came home and we watched movies together, and that made me feel so much better. And then ever since then, I've been perfectly fine. So then on Friday, I woke up, went to work, and I was thinking, okay, this has been a crazy week, and everything is not normal for me because my period is supposed to start on Tuesday, which is the 12th, and I'm supposed to test on the 13th because that's the day that I've told myself I'm gonna test. Wasn't gonna test before then. I guess it kind of like clicked on Friday that, oh my gosh, I could be pregnant. So I was like, okay, because everything was completely different. Everything was not my normal, and you know, if you're a woman, you know what your normal is. And so on Friday I was like, oh, okay, I could be okay, all right, I have like 5 more days until I have to test, and it's gonna be great, and da 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 da. Yeah, I woke up yesterday, and I had my period. So we were not successful the second round, and I had a moment yesterday morning. I don't know, I was kind of like processing through the emotions all day yesterday. So I knew I had to go to Target because I had to get some gifts for a coworker's baby shower tomorrow that we're having. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to Starbucks and I'm gonna get my favorite drink, which is the pink drink. Thanks, Alex. And then I'm gonna go to Target and I'm gonna walk around and I'm just going to enjoy myself. I'm just going to make myself feel better. Even though I was going in to look at baby stuff and buying baby stuff, which was hard, I went and I did it. And while I was there, I actually ran into a coworker, and we walked around a bit with her and her son. And then I saw another one of my friends who I haven't seen in a couple months, and she had her daughter with her, and we stood there and talked for 45 minutes. and they don't know this, but that was very helpful. That was very needed yesterday. Sorry, had to dry my eyes for a little bit. So that was helpful to see them and to hang out with them and talk with them for a little bit. I got the baby stuff. I got a few things for myself because I just wanted to, and I can. And so I came home, and on the way home I cried a lot. But it was very helpful, and I released, and I put it out there, and I got it out of my system. But also what I did yesterday morning was I went ahead and I did my refill of the Letrozole, because I am going to do another round of it. Because while this is the second round of Letrozole, it was the first round where my progesterone levels are up where they're supposed to be. So I decided that, okay, now that they're up, that was the first round that they were up where they're supposed to be. So I want to do another one. When my husband got home yesterday morning from work, we were talking, and he suggested having him checked as well, since I'm having to be checked and do all these tests and everything. He wants to make sure that he's okay, which we had talked about before, and so we're gonna get that going in motion as well. But I have refilled my Letrozole. I will start taking it I will start taking it on the 13th, and we're gonna do another round, and we're gonna see what happens. It was actually really great this second round because everything was so less stressful. So yesterday was like a gut punch. And I was so sure that it worked. So it's a real bummer. Okay. Yesterday was a real punch to the gut, but we are going to keep moving forward. We're going to keep trying because we know it's going to happen. We're hopeful that it's going to happen, and we know it's going to happen at some point. So, and hopefully with the third round it will be successful, which will be the second round where hopefully my levels are where they're supposed to be. I am calling tomorrow because I couldn't call and schedule yesterday. I'm going to call tomorrow and schedule my blood test, the progesterone blood test, in a couple weeks to see where my levels are, because that's just what they're having me do right now. And then if they're where they're supposed to be, then that's great, and we're just gonna keep going and see what happens for this next round. And if it doesn't work the next round, then I'm gonna ask my doctor what the next steps are. Like, what do we need to try next? Because obviously my body has responded to the medicine in some way, obviously, because my levels are better. So the next step would be, what do we try next? What do we do next that will give us a greater chance of conceiving? So that's where we are now, and we are going to keep going. We're going to keep trucking. We're going to keep moving forward. We're going to keep trying, and you know, we'll get there eventually. I know we will. As you can see, we still have our Christmas tree up, and we plan on taking it down next weekend because my husband is off next weekend. So that'll be fun. But I hope everybody has a great January, and I will update you guys as we go along, and fingers crossed, prayers going up, and I love you guys.